week for your Alabama Crimson Tide. They take on Middle Tennessee State Saturday, Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. You're rocking and rolling on a Monday. Hottest show on the streets. We're giving you nothing but non-stop Bama football. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Happy to have you all in here. Bring you the show. Magic City of Birmingham. Streaming this to you on YouTube. Speaking of a channel, you know what time it is. Hit that subscribe button right now. Get every friend, family member, diehard fan, casual fan, consumer of Tide football to subscribe as well. Share the show to everybody you know, every platform that you have. Share the show around. Get everybody hooked on the Crimson Tide. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Hit that like button. Give us a thumbs up right here. Like the show. We appreciate that support from you. Trying to get the show out the gate. 50 likes to start the show. Daily Super Chat go $100. Daily Super Chat going $100 right there. We appreciate you guys. Also, be sure to hit that notification bell so you miss nothing when it comes down to your daily updates on the Crimson Tide. And we got a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. No, Coach Saban did not release a depth chart. That did not happen. But Still, I got to dive into on today's show. We want to hear from you, the outstanding fans of Bama football. You can do this by calling 205-448-1358, the number 2, call in to let your voice be made known here on the show, 205-448-1358. And one more time, 205-448-1358, the number right there on screen. But John, let's hop into it here. Topic number 1 of the conversation, and like I mentioned, no depth chart from Coach Saban. He decides to let the media know, guys, this is way too much of a distraction. We want our guys focused in on the task at hand, the assignment at hand, doing their job properly, well, correctly. And we know that putting a depth chart out there, people become focused on the wrong stuff. We want our guys focused on the right stuff. So Saban apologized for not having a depth chart out there, but no depth chart today as opposed to in years past. The media got one. But he did open game week with his first presser here for MTSU, of a second one coming up here on Wednesday at 6 p.m. in Tuscaloosa. So the game week presser today, a lot of Saban's first thoughts on what does Alabama do to combat what the Blue Raiders do offensively and defensively. The Blue Raiders have a team under Coach Stockstill that, won, I believe, 8 games a season ago, finished up with a big win in their bowl game, did beat a Miami team last season that was ranked. So they come into Bryant-Denny, Tuscaloosa this weekend. Night game here. I believe a 6:30 kickoff. You got the LED lighting feature going on there, so a lot to look forward to. You talk about that first match of the season right here. We are now 5 days away from Alabama football. But even though Saban did not give out a depth chart, he did provide to us a clue, a small clue of the quarterback conversation, quarterback race, quarterback battle here. There was a small clue. If you read inside the lines here, or read in between the lines here of the clue from Coach Saban, he talked about one Jalen Milroe, redshirt sophomore quarterback from Texas, a young man that's one of 5 quarterbacks that's been got reps throughout fall camp, and now we're entering game week, and Milroe looks to show that he's the guy. He looks to show this weekend he's the guy, front and center. Look no further. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. He looks to show I am the guy for Alabama football. Starting off here, game 1 against MTSU, and they've been mentioned in the presser. Milroe has made a tremendous, significant amount here of improvement. But the big thing Saban mentioned, playing with more confidence in what he's being asked to do, and also more comfortable in the pocket. There it is. They've been saying, Jalen Milroe, more comfortable operating in the pocket, playing with more confidence and more consistency. And he wants to see that continue throughout this week of practice going into game number 1. And the reason why I highlight Saban saying Milroe more comfortable in the pocket, think about this. A comfortable Milroe operating from that pocket, throwing the football, big, crucial for the Crimson Tide. I say this because we know what he is athletically. We know what he is as a runner when he's able to break, contain of the pocket, pull the ball down, hold it high and tight, get up and down the field using his legs. Speed-wise, he's one of, if not the fastest player on this team. Jalen Milroe is. So when you hear Coach Saban today say he's more comfortable working from within the pocket, this tells me he's gotten better footwork, climbing the pocket, moving the feet, pocket awareness. He's gotten better manipulating that pocket as a complete quarterback, building toward that complete quarterback. That was a big nugget from Coach Saban. He didn't release a depth chart, but him just saying Jalen Milroe, tremendous amount of improvement. Jalen Milroe, confident in what we were asking him to do. Jalen Milroe playing with more consistency. These are buzzwords here. Comfortable, confident, consistency, improvement. 4 major words Coach Saban said today in talking Jalen Milroe. The biggest one of the 4 words, to me, it's just me talking, comfortability within that pocket. Showing you, hey, I can get this thing done here, maneuvering within that pocket. Putting the ball on point and on target, right, within that pocket. That was big coming from Coach Saban about Jalen Milroe. He's got a shot this weekend here. In my opinion, I think he's the first quarterback out there on the field against MTSU. He goes out there, puts on a show, shows US the fans, hey, I'm him. We're going to have some fun here. We know what he is as an athlete. But hearing Coach Saban today, improvement, confident, comfortable, playing consistent. Those 4 big words there, big. You're talking about Jalen Milroe this week, game week against MTSU. We're going to take our first break here on the show. Don't touch that dial. We're just getting started. Upon our return, I want to hear from you, the Bama Nation. Were you feeling the decision of Coach Saban, not putting out that depth chart? Were you feeling that? And who do you believe will be the first quarterback trotting out on the field to take the first offensive possession against MTSU this weekend? We get to you after this.
This is Matt Caddell, former Alabama wide receiver, and you're listening to In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith with Touchdown Alabama Magazine. And I got 2 words to say, baby. Roll Tide.
9 players have teamed up and released the Alabama Team Paper, which is a video yearbook they've put out for sale direct to fans. Now, for the first time, small dollar purchases from the fans can support the players as a group as well as a great cause, because $1 of every subscription payment is donated to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Be a 5-star fan base and support your team and a great cause with Team Paper. Check it out at teampaper.com/Alabama.
Remember the taste of Grandma's delicious sweets? Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes brings back those precious memories with just 1 bite. Each cake made from scratch. They make the perfect dessert to share with family and friends for any occasion, and ordering is easy. Visit emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Click the online store and shop. Then pick up your fresh cake at the kitchen in downtown Homewood. Order yours online at emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes, making memories from scratch.
All right, people, we're back into the action from the break. Number 1 form for your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Game week! Alabama taking on MTSU. What is your pulse feeling like, Alabama fans? I'm on fire right now. We got some super chats to get to. So how about my man Eric Beasley? EB dropping in a $20 donation, putting the love there in the bucket. EB, we appreciate that. And then we got Vincent Foster. I don't know if he's related to Reuben Foster, but Vincent Foster with the $5 donation, helping us out, showing big love on the show. Now, before we go to the call segment here to grab your calls, Call segment brought to you by the Blue Wrench Gang. We got to pay a word here from our sponsors. The show is sponsored, brought to you by BetterHelp. Sometimes in life, we're faced with tough choices, and the path forward isn't always clear. Whether that's a quarterback having to make quick decisions in the pocket, or a coach dialing up a play on third down, a football player is making many tough choices throughout a game. In life, that may be dealing with decisions around a career, relationships, or anything else. Therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life, so you can move forward with confidence and excitement. Trust in yourself to make decisions that align with your values is like anything. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. Clarity is hugely important when making decisions, and that can come when talking things through with someone. If you're thinking of starting therapy, hey, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/TDA today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TDA. Again, this is sponsored to you. This show sponsored by our people at BetterHelp. We right now go to the phone lines to grab your calls right here. 205-448-1358. Number to call in, 205-448-1358. We grab this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Steve, my boy, what's going on with you?
G, what's happening, baby?
What's going on, man? Hey, look, and I wanted to call you. I wanted to call the show so bad last week, but I said I'm gonna just listen to this new sweet tune everybody want to sing about our boy Milroe, and we've been trying to say it since the season ended last year. But you know, I guess people are entitled to feel how they feel, Steve.
I mean, they are G, but like I said in the first topic, there are 4 words that Coach Saban said about Milroe that highly encouraging going into this first game, and it gives you a clue. Coach Saban mentioned he's playing with consistency, so consistency was the first word. Confident was the second word. Comfortable in that pocket. Comfortable was the third word. And the fourth thing was the significant improvement. So you're seeing the 4 key words, the 4 key statements Nick Saban has made about Milroe, which has you thinking, okay.
Hey, look, you know what else is key too? And a lot of people still try to dance around it. I don't know why they don't want to get that boy his proud. A lot of people sit there saying, it done came out that Milroe played the whole second scrimmage. And people still talk about, I think so-and-so and so-and-so. How you think so-and-so and so-and-so? And he just took the whole number 1 snap, the whole scrimmage. Like, it's not even up for debate no more. Saban just saying Saban doing what he do to the media. Oh, we don't know the starter. We don't know you crazy as hell if the man who got 10 chips don't know who's starting, don't know who on his D-line, don't know who on his whoop-de-whoop. He just saying that to keep the camaraderie, Steve. But
he's saying that to keep the camaraderie, but he's also saying that to throw everybody else off. I mean, that's what he does. Nick Saban and that coaching staff, they know exactly who the starters are, but they say other stuff to keep those guys humble, right, and to throw everybody else off the trail.
Hey, look, every time he act like this, every time he act bougie about who he got on his team, was always a championship too. Every time he act like it's a big secret, it'd be a whooper for everybody. But I want to touch one thing, Steve. I remember you got on, what's that show you be on, the Bama Standard, right? Yeah. And you guys had spoke on Freddie Roach, and my boy Smoot said something that, you know, I kind of been saying too. Under Freddie, we haven't had that one crazy guy on the line, that one true enforcer that demands a double team. And one thing that's kind of getting to me with Freddie being at the coaching is what I said before. He's not able to compete with the day one guys. No knock to anybody we have. No knock to James Smith. With Jordan Renard. No knock to none of those guys. But to be honest, none of those guys are David Hicks. And none of those guys are Peter Woods. So we're having an issue on the recruiting front with getting day one, monsters. You know what I'm saying? So I think you spoke to Saban about what's going on with the D-line and what's going on with Jamari Latham. But that's the biggest thing with me, Steve, is still that D-line. I can't wait to see what they're going to do these next 2-3 weeks. Man, that's the only thing I think that's kind of worrying on this team. I think we got everything else.
Appreciate my man G calling in right there. My eyes will also be on that defensive line for Alabama starting off this season Saturday against MTSU. We got to grab this call here. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name. Where you calling from?
Steve, Elijah from Jersey. How you feeling?
Doing good, Elijah, and yourself?
Man, I'm hanging in there. I watched a little interview with Saban today, and to me, Steve, I'm not going to even get into all that quarterback talk because it's going to speak for itself. I don't read into that. I don't, dig too deep into that 8A stuff because the quarterbacks ain't getting hit. You're playing against your own team. So what's going to really speak volumes is when you're playing against somebody else in different jerseys that's allowed to sack you, that's going to really try to bring the pressure. That's what's going to show who's ready, who's not. So that quarterback situation is going to sort itself out. My main issue, I got two main issues with this team. We haven't had run-stopping inside linebackers since Sean Deion Hamilton and Rashad Evans. The inside linebacking core, those guys haven't been dominant. They haven't been feared since Rashad Evans and Sean Deion Hamilton. I want those guys, I want that middle group I want to see what they're working with now. I want to see what, they bring to the table because that's the heart and soul of a defense, that man in the middle. Last year, Henry To'oTo'o, in my opinion, he's definitely not a traditional Alabama linebacker. And for me, I hate seeing teams being able to run on Alabama. For the longest time, people used to try to run the ball just to keep us honest, just to keep it honest on offense. Now, people are running the ball because they feel they can run the ball on us. And I think that needs to stop. We need to get back to that mentality for years, look what Leonard Fournette did against us. He couldn't even get 50 yards rushing for LSU. And now you got teams that feel like at any given time, they can run the ball when they want. I want to see that defensive line, them linebackers, inside linebackers, start playing up the par again, start being feared like the Reuben Fosters, like the McLeans, like the Hightowers, all those guys that came before them, can continue that legacy. And the second thing is I was rewatching when Tua had Judy, he had Devontae, he had Henry Ruggs out there at receiver. We've been spoiled at this receiver spot. I don't know if it's a receiver on our team that is as good as any one of those four guys or three guys that I mentioned, even with Jalen Waddle. I think we got to stop looking for this number one receiver, and this might be a receiving group that it's receiver by committee. We probably don't have that one standout guy. It's going to probably have to be a collective group effort because we've been spoiled. I don't know no secondary I've ever seen in college football that could have guarded Judy, could guarded Ruggs, could have guarded Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle. Like that was just like an all-star team at receiver. So I think, these receivers ain't bad. We just can't compare them to those type of guys. those guys were exceptional. Those were A-plus guys. And I think the receiving core is going to have to be done by committee, Steve. Let me know what you think.
Appreciate Elijah from Jersey for that call. I look at this receiver room. It may have to be receiver by committee. And the good thing is you got the tight end stepping up too. You look at the tight end room with Amari Nyblack, with C.J. Dupree, Danny Lewis Jr. So it's going to have to be a mixture of the wide receivers and the tight end stepping up offensively. Defensively, at that inside linebacker position, all eyes will be on Deontay Lawson and Tresman Marshall. Are these two the two in the middle that can get this Alabama program back to what you saw with Sean Dion Hamilton, with Rashawn Evans, with Reuben Foster, with Reggie Ragland, with Rolando McClain and C.J. Mosley? Is this duo of Deontay Lawson and Tresman Marshall, the duo that can get you back to that? So this weekend, our eyes will definitely be on Lawson and Marshall. But we grab this call here. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Stephen, Bill from New York. How you doing, brother?
Doing great, Bill. I mean, we are 5 days, brother. We are here. It is game week.
I'm ready, too, I want to talk about Saban's press conference a little bit, if I can. I think that you're right. The 4 things he said about Milroe were very encouraging. Should make any fan feel better. But I think what was just as telling was when he said, look, when I name somebody a starter, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed to start. You're not owed anything. And I think that, I don't think he would even allow a game like, especially the Texas game, I don't think he is going to allow the team to get dangerously behind without yanking him. That's just what I think. I think there's all these other quarterbacks, and, I love his talent. I love what he could do. I expressed my concern about the yards per attempt. Again, I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but that scares me. But I'm still confident with the kid. He's a good kid. He's big. He's fast. You know what I mean? But I think Saban will pull him and anybody else in a minute. What do you think, Stephen?
I look at this, Bill, and you're absolutely correct. I mean, Saban mentioned the positives about Milroe, but he also said, hey, you're not entitled to anything. You're not owed anything. We still want competition even after the first game. So I feel like in this sense, Saban's going to look at game by game. If you're performing well, if you've got the hot hand, if you're doing your job, then we're going to continue to roll with you. If I see the slightest struggle or worse than the slightest struggle, then we're pulling you fast. So he mentioned before, make us play you. You go out there and you do your job so good that we have no choice but to play you. So it's going to be who can consistently make Nick Saban play them.
Exactly. Listen, great show tonight as usual. Roll Tide, Steve.
Appreciate Bill from New York calling in right there. I mean, Saban said himself, make us play you. So whoever can consistently do that, get out there with big-time performances. And even if a small mistake is made, flush it, move on, continue with big-time performances. That's going to be the guy. That's going to be the guy. But we grab this call. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name. Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Vince from Phoenix City.
What's happening, man?
How you doing, Stephen? I wasn't going to call in, but you mentioned about me being Ruben's cousin. I think he's my sixth cousin, I think. Yeah, Ruben was a player like one of the other callers talking about our middle linebacker. I wish some of our linebackers would play like Ruben. That guy used to play with his hair on fire, but one of the other callers mentioned about James Smith wasn't a day one guy. He must don't know James Smith. James Smith is a day one guy.
That's a bully.
I mean,
that's a grown man.
Ain't none of these guys day one till they develop. It's all about development. Quentin Williams wasn't a high recruited player, but arguably one of our best defensive linemen. So it's all about it ain't all about how many stars. I don't get off into 5 and 4 stars. It's all about development, especially at the defensive line positions, in the offensive line. It's about development. You just get time to develop, put on weight, get strong. And like I say, but James Smith is a day one guy.
That man is a bully.
Day one guy.
That man is a flat bully. Now, I understand. I understand. I asked Coach Saban today about Jamarian Latham. Latham, it's taken him some time. It took that guy some time. He came in 2020, and now it feels like he's going to get that opportunity. But James Smith is that guy's a freak. That's a bully.
Well, it took Gordon Williams a little while.
It took you. It took you about 2 years.
Yeah, like I say, it's all about development. It's all about development, man. And I say this defensive line, no, they're not. I think as fans, and I do it sometimes too, we still compare this team and last year's teams to the past teams, and that's not fair. We don't have to play those teams. We have to play the 2023 LSU, 2023 Texas. This defensive line is still a top 5 defensive line in the country. Last year they gave up only 3.6 yards a carry. I think that's pretty good. Now, it's a situation where they could have been better, but this still is a pretty good defensive line. You can compare it to the rest of the teams in the country this year. Now, comparing it to the past Alabama defenses, they might not be to the standard, but we don't have to play the 2020 Alabama offense. We don't have to play the 2019 LSU. We have to play the team this year. And this defensive line I'm still going to believe going to be a top 5 defensive line this year.
Well, Vince, it's going to be a good first game. It's going to be a good first game Saturday to see this, to recognize this, to see the players that are going to step up. Appreciate Vince there from Phoenix City calling to the show. We got some more Super Chats to roll out here. We got Ask Bama Girl 26 in the building with a $20 donation. Putting the love there in the hat. Appreciate Ask Bama Girl 26. And then we roll on to my man Bill from the Big Apple. Bill from New York with that $5 donation. Throwing the love in there. Appreciate the love from Bill. And then we bring on Ty Alexander. Come on down, brother man, with that $4.99 in the Super Chats. I could get that for from Wendy's tonight, thanks to Ty Alexander. And then we got Danny Chappelle with the $19.99. Throwing that in there. The love comes from all of you. Appreciate the love coming from all of you on tonight's show. So, now I get to do something that I enjoy doing, John, and that is to update you, the fans, on new information. So, be sure to write this down, Bama Nation. Circle this, put a star by this, underline this. This is new information. So when you come to the stadium on Saturday, you can understand, okay, Stephen M. told me this. I'm not looking like who did, what for, and why. So, Bama Nation, there are 5 players that have changed their jersey number. We have 5 players with a different jersey number for this season. The 5 players are on screen. Christian Story, defensive back, you will know him no longer by number 11. Christian Story is now number 4. So he changed his jersey. He's not number 11 anymore. He's number 4. Jalen Key will now wear number 6. He's no longer number 22. Jalen Key is number 6. In his first year at Alabama, will have number 6. Trey Amos, cornerback, will no longer be number 23. I know he was rocking 23 in fall camp. He's not 23 anymore. He will wear number 9. Trey Amos, transfer from Louisiana Lafayette, cornerback, will wear number 9. That'll be his number. Kobe Prentice, wide receiver, no longer will wear number 80. He is now number 6. Offensively, he will be number 6 on offense. And last but not least, freshman wide receiver Jalen Hale will no longer be number 82. He's number 14. No more 82 for Jalen Hale. He is number 14. So Jalen Hale is now 14. Kobe Prentice is now 6. Trey Amos is now 9. Jalen Key is now 6. And Christian Story is now number 4. So get yourself acquainted with those new numbers in terms of Alabama players in the field. Those are the 5 players with a changed jersey number. There you go right there. We take our next break here on the show. Don't touch that dial. When we get back, we got some interesting positions for coaches next season. Who will be in the press box? Who will be on the field for the first game against MTSU? We'll talk coaches after this.
What's up, Bama Nation? This is Rudy Griffin, former Alabama defensive lineman, and you're listening to my guy, Stephen M. Smith, in my own words, brought to you by Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Roll Tide, roll!
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, people, we're back to the action, rocking and rolling from the break on a Monday. It's game week. We've made it through the offseason. Tide takes on Middle Tennessee State. Bryant Denny this weekend in Tuscaloosa. We'll have the LED lighting feature. I believe Eric Anders, former Alabama linebacker, 2009 BCS national champion, will be an honorary captain for the matchup. Continue hitting the like button. Give us that thumbs up. Smash the like button. We're at 67 likes, trying to get this thing to 100. Hit that like button. Smash the thumbs up right there. Continue hitting that subscribe button also. Daily Super Chat going $100. Daily Super Chat going $100 right there. We also have the message board for those of you trying to be and that new group wave of fans to help us rebuild or regrow the message board. The link to the message board can be found in the chat line and in the description. But topic 2 of the conversation here, John, coaches for the first game of the season Saturday. Who will be on the field? Who will be in the press box, or who will be in the booth? This is becoming a very intriguing question. Who will be on the field? Who will be in the booth? I got a chance to look at the game notes for this matchup, Alabama, MTSU, and Bama will have both coordinators in the box. Tommy Rees and Kevin Steele will both be in the box for the first game. And I know for some of you, you're thinking, are you kidding me? Both will be in the box. Are you kidding me? We expected at least one to be on the field. Both are in the box? Yes, both will be in the box for MTSU. Now, I, for one, can see this as a good thing, and I will dive into this more. This could be a situation where they'll be in the box the first game, maybe because of the heat. And then, as we go throughout the season, maybe one of these two says, hey, I want to be down there on the field to get the observance, to get to have the look on. I don't think Kevin Steele just wanted to be in the box, though. I think this was probably a conversation between Nick Saban and Kevin Steele. And Kevin Steele was like, Coach, I want to be on the field. And Coach Saban is like, Kev, look, man, you 65. Go and get yourself up there in that box. I'm pretty sure Kevin Steele and Nick Saban probably had a little bit of an argument there, a little debate there, if you will. I don't think Kevin Steele want to be in that box. I think Kevin Steele truly wants to be down there on that field, with this defense. But this first game of the season, he will be in the box, and Tommy Rees will be in the box. Now, the big question is going to be the conversation between the communication between Tommy Reese and Jalen Milroe, or Tommy Reese and all the quarterbacks for that matter, with Reese being upstairs in the box. Now, of course, Tommy Reese was in the box at Notre Dame. Didn't seem to bother him. He communicated just well, even, saying some choice words and getting after some guys yelling from up there in that box. So I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. I can roll with that. So kind of want to see of that first offensive possession, or the first couple of offensive possessions for Alabama, with Tommy Reese upstairs, the communication down to Jalen Milroe, with him having the headset on, and they're being able to get through those plays, those formations, those strategies. That's going to be where I'm going to be focused on, that communication between Tommy Reese, and Jalen Milroe. For me, when I look at Kevin Steele in the box, this could be a good thing. I mean, just due to this is a defense that they're not going to be dropping back in coverage, right? They're going to be coming after people, especially when you look at Nick Saban's going to be on the field. Tavares Robinson's going to be on the field as the secondary coach. You got Coleman Hutzler, outside linebackers coach. He'll be on the field. You've got Freddie Roach, defensive line coach. He'll be on the field. So while you won't have Kevin Steele on the field, you will have several other guys on the field to where the defense is going to be more than accounted for, and you're going to have a defense that with players that are going to be getting after the quarterback, getting after the running back, just getting after players, period. So this could be a good thing. I know our own John Ivory is putting together a poll there in the YouTube chat line, so definitely want you guys interacting here with this poll. It's probably a question about, is Kevin Steele or both of these coordinators in the box, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Yes or no? Give your thoughts there. Interact there in terms of the coordinators. Offensively, though, I kind of just want to see in those first few possessions the communication between Reese and Milroe. Reese getting the call to Milroe on the headset. Milroe able to get out there, communicate the call, run the offense, bing, bang, bam, get it out there, get it done. Kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see if there's some frustration, Tommy Reese from upstairs yelling at everybody, saying some choice words to everybody from the box upstairs. Kind of want to see that from Tommy Reese's perspective as he's playing the chess match there with the defensive coordinator on the opposite side in terms of the opposing team. But where Kevin Steele is concerned, because they're going to have a number of different defensive coaches on the field anyway, I don't see this necessarily as a bad thing for him. Also, his protege will be in that box with him, and that's Robert Bonga. So that's interesting. You're going to have a DC, Kevin Steele in the box, but then also Robert Bonga will be in the box with him. So they'll be able to kind of run some things off each other. Will they have Kevin Steele and Robert Bonga sit next to each other? That'd be kind of fun right there, especially with the camp that Bonga had, getting these linebackers being more physical, thumping guys at the point of attack or thudding guys at the point of attack, shooting gaps, creating plays back there in the backfield, resetting the offensive line there. So you'll have Bonga in the box, Kevin Steele in the box, Charlie Strong in the box. You know what? That might be good there. You're having big time, especially with Steele and Charlie Strong, Robert Bonga, young guy on the rise. But you'll have two OGs in the box, and Steele and Charlie Strong. And then I'm pretty sure, could you have Clinton Dix in the box too? Or would he be on the field? I think would more so be in the field because with him in player development and all of that. But I just thought that was interesting. Looking at the team notes today and seeing Tommy Reese and Kevin Steele both in the press box here, both in the box for the first game of the season against MTSU. And it's going to be fun to watch the communication of it all, the strategy of it all, getting the calls down, all of that fun stuff right there. But I think game 1 should be good. Game 2 against Texas, that's going to be where I kind of want to see does Kevin Steele switch it up? Hey, coach, I want to be on the field this week. Does Tommy Rees switch it up? Coach, I want to be on the field this week. Like when Texas rolls in next week, that will be kind of where the intrigue will be at. But I thought it was just interesting there, looking at the game notes, if you will. But we take another break here, folks, on the show. Don't touch that dial. When we return, we jump back into the phone lines. We grab your calls, your thoughts, your conversations, a dialogue with you. Line us up. We'll be back right after this.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Marvin Constant, All-SEC linebacker and 1999 SEC champion. You are listening to In My Own Words, brought to you by Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Roll Tide.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care. In support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today.
This is Chris Rogers, 2009 national champion. You are listening to the baddest, when I say the baddest, sports show in the state of Alabama. In my own words, yours truly, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Don't touch that dial.
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, Alabama fans, we're back in here on a Monday. Game week, getting you set for Bama, Middle Tennessee State, Saturday from Bryant-Denny and Tuscaloosa. A lot of you right now interacting with the poll here on social media or on the YouTube chat line from our guy John Ivory about your thoughts on the coaches in the booth, the coaches on the field. How do you feel about this? And over half of you do not like this one bit with the coaches in the booth. So over 40% of you are not feeling this at all. You guys are like, put these jokers on the field. Over 40% of you not happy with the coaches here. Well, both coordinators, Tommy Rees and Kevin Steele, in the box here for game 1 against MTSU. Continue interacting there with that poll. We appreciate you guys. Gotta shout out this next super chat, Dexter Daniels in the building. $25 super chat right there. We've hit that daily super chat goal of $100. You guys are rock stars. You guys are unbelievable. Appreciate all of you helping us out here on the show. 205-448-1358, number to call in to let your voice be heard on the show. 205-448-1358. Before we take your calls, we got to pay some bills here. We got to shout out our sponsor. This segment brought to you by Factor. Factor Fresh right here. So Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fill up fast with flavorful and nutritious ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track reaching your goals. What does Factor offer? We offer delicious, flavor-packed options on the menu each week to fit a variety of lifestyles, from keto, calorie smart, vegan plus, veggie, and protein plus. You round out your meals and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45 plus add-ons, including breakfast items like our delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato, bacon, and egg breakfast skillet. So you head to factormeals.com/TDA50 and use the code TDA50 to get 50% off That's code TDA50 at factormeals.com/TDA50 to get 50% off. Appreciate our people there at Factor. Let me tell you, Factor's helped me. I mean, John, I tried that chorizo meal. I tried the garlic herb and chicken meal they sent me. Oh God, on point. I'm eating good. I'm feeling good. Factor meals, they've been helping me out as I'm gaining muscle, got healthy weight on me. Factor Fresh, Factor.com. Check those guys out. They're phenomenal, fantastic. We got a call in the queue right now. You're live on the show. What's happening? How we feeling? State your name and where you calling from.
Steven, what's going on Monday night, Birmingham? You got the air conditioner on?
We got the air conditioner on, Waylon. We got the air conditioner on, brother man. And we got Bama, MTSU Saturday to open this thing up. I'm excited to see what this offense looks like, what this defense looks like. I know the fan base kind of wondering why are both the coordinators in the box for game one, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, maybe I'm right. Maybe they've changed it. I mean, the head referee, you've got one player on offense, one player on defense. They have a green dot on back of their helmet, lets the head referee know who has the one-way communication system in his helmet. Is that correct?
That is correct.
That's what the coordinator can talk to you and cuss you out, but you can't talk back to him. But anyway, I mean, I don't. That's everybody's opinion. I guess some people didn't know that they did have a one-way communication system in their helmet, but they do. And you have your other position coaches on the sidelines. Sounds like a lot of them are going to be up in the booth, but you still got to have somebody down there with a headset on also. But well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, maybe they hit the field a little during the Texas game.
Like you said, Waylon, several guys are on the field. Eric Wolfer's on the field. Robert Gillespie's on the field. Holman Wiggins is on the field. You got several guys. Travaris Robinson's on the field. Coleman Hutzler's on the field. You got about 5 or 6 coaches out there on the field, so everybody's not in the box.
Right. You still have a lot of main position coaches on the field you can communicate with that can, if that, communication's not working very well in that headset, they can get to them and change out whatever players they need to and get in whatever play they need to get into or run somebody in, run somebody out. But anyway, I don't think we'll have a lot of problems here Saturday evening. I don't think we'll have a lot of problems this year. There may be a few little ups and downs, but enjoy the season. Back to players, no matter who comes out there. I'll say one thing about the depth chart. I've been watching football, been around it a long time. There's a lot of guys on this channel that are in the same shoes I'm in. I see Brian Kelly didn't release a depth chart either. I would be shocked if who don't come out at quarterback for LSU. Who would it be? Daffy Duck? I mean, I would fall out of you got to Saturday. I mean, you don't have to release a depth chart. I mean, you've got to Saturday. The players that come on the field, no matter who fills those positions, doesn't mean you're going to be there in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or the next week. But, I mean, your hand is shown, and you have so much depth you can only go to. So, I mean, that's left up to him. He's the coach, like I always say. So, that's what he gets paid $10, $11, $12 million a year to do. But anyway, I love all y'all. Y'all looking good. Y'all make the show look great. 200, nearly 300 people in here on Monday night. All these donations, all the call-ins, all the people in the chat. We love all y'all. I'll try to be back on here maybe one more time this week. If I don't, I'll be around at Bryant-Denny Stadium. If the good Lord's willing, come Saturday night, we're going to raise a little hell down at Bryant-Denny. So come on down and join us. Let's have a good time. Let's support our team, and let's win another national championship this year. I love all y'all. Bye-bye, everyone.
Appreciate Waylon calling to the show here on a Monday, giving us that love right here. But we got a cool call topic we're going to get to right now. Cool call topic as you guys are continuing to get your thoughts in. 205-448-1358. Number to call in to let your voice be heard here on the show. 205-448-1358. This topic here goes to the man Alex Leatherwood, former Alabama offensive lineman, former All-American offensive lineman, former Outland Trophy winner, Jacobs Blocking Trophy winner, did a lot of things for your Crimson Tide, a two-time national champion, former first-round pick, but he's been cut by his second NFL team, was cut by the Raiders, and now cut by the Chicago Bears. So not the career that Leatherwood had hoped for. Hopefully somebody gives this young man or provides this young man with another opportunity, whether maybe he may have to go to offensive guard, who knows, but Leatherwood cut by the Chicago Bears. But we go to our final break here, folks, in the show. Don't touch that down. When we get back, we wrap things up by looking at this Alabama secondary. There's a lot of moving pieces in this on this back end. Guys playing different positions. How does this all fit together? We'll talk about it after this.
I'm Malachi Moore, and you're watching In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith on Touchdown Alabama YouTube channel.
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
What's going on? This is Benny Bice. I'm the founder and owner of Touchdown Alabama, and you guys are supporting one of the only independent outlets covering Alabama football today. No other sports, no networks, just Alabama football. Roll Tide Roll.
All right, people, we're back into the action right here from the break. #1 show for Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Appreciate all of you checking us out here today. All of the phone calls, donations, everything. We appreciate you guys. We got a question here from Don Parker, who writes in, will Coach Wolford and Coach Roach be on the field? Yes. Freddie Roach and Eric Wolford will be on the field. They'll be on the field. The only ones in the box that I saw was Tommy Reese, Kevin Steele, Robert Byler. Everybody else on the field. That includes Coach Wolford and Coach Freddie Roach will be on the field. Appreciate Don Parker also with that $5 donation, dropping the love there in the bucket, helping us out. Don Parker, we love that. We appreciate him helping us out here on the show. But yes, Eric Wolford and let's see here. Eric Wolford and Freddie Roach on the field. Someone said that, okay, so I know someone thought that I was the owner of TDA. No, that's not me. I do not own Touchdown Alabama. The owner is Benny Bice III. That Benny Bice III is the owner. He has done a phenomenal job. He owned it. He set it in motion back in 2007. I joined in 2009, but it's more than just me. The entire Touchdown Alabama magazine team does a tremendous job. Whether it's our management, when you look at Benny Bice III, the founder and CEO, Brandon Williams, who is a part of the management team, Cedric Mason, who does a phenomenal job, all those guys in our management team. When you look at the job that John Ivory has done on our production side, Eli Walker's done on our production side, Justin Smith in terms of our director of scouting and recruiting, all of our guys have done a fantastic job. And they make what I do a whole lot easier. Lilla Gray Allen, oh my gosh! Lilla Gray Allen with that 49.99 in the super chats. More love, more super chats, more money being dropped in. Appreciate Lilla Allen helping us out there. But yes, the founder, CEO of TDA, Benny Bice III, right there. Yours truly. I write, I cover, I report, I do this show right here, but I'm so blessed and fortunate to do. But no, I do not own TDA here. That's not me there. But we appreciate all of you guys. Also, we got our thoughts here at TDA, our thoughts and prayers out to Lila's father, Lila's dad, battling cancer at this time. So our thoughts, our condolences, our prayers of strength to Lila's dad and the entire family there as her father battling cancer here at this time. But we're going to wrap this thing up here, folks. The final topic of conversation, that being the defensive backfield, the defensive secondary for your Crimson Tide. A lot of moving pieces here. A lot of athletic, versatile depth here. It is crazy when you look at the secondary. And first and foremost, the cornerback position. You know, you have Kool-Aid McKinstry, Terrion Arnold, and Trey Amos. But what's intriguing here is, What's intriguing here is when Alabama's, I guess, in base defense, 3-4 alignment, we're going to see Kool-Aid and Terrion at the corner positions. But when Alabama goes nickel, you could see a situation where Terrion could go to star, Trey Amos could go to corner, and then your two safeties, Malachi and King of Downs, in dime, we could see just a crazy thing where it could be Kool-Aid, Amos at the corners, Terrion at star, Christian Story at dime with King of Downs and Malachi at both safety positions. I mean, it's this secondary is wow. Like, guys can play everywhere. So many guys are playing multiple positions. And then when you look at the safety spot, I mean, you got four guys battling, or you got four guys looking at two safety spots. When you talk Malachi, when you talk King of Downs, when you talk Jalen Key and Christian Story, it's healthy competition, it's healthy depth, it's a lot of versatility. You're going to see it's a lot of diversity. That's the one word that I can say about the secondary. It's a lot of diversity. Guys are going to be everywhere. You're going to see a lot of mix and match patterns, mix and match sets, mix and matched looks, formations, a lot of different stuff here. Saban's trying to get his best athletic bodies on the field, every single time. And to have this type of depth is big. It's a good thing, especially when Saban updated us today on Devontae Smith, a former four-star defensive back out of Ohio, entering his junior year. He's been dealing with a foot issue, and he would be in the mix also for this safety spot if he was healthy right now and not dealing with the foot issue. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious for Smith, and he can make a return here at some point soon. But you got four guys battling for two safety spots with Christian Story, King of Downs, Malachi Moore, and Jalen Key. It is unreal, the amount of depth here in this defensive backfield. But, I mean, it is a group that it wants to be versatile. It wants to have all the ball hawks on the field. It wants to have all the playmakers on the field. So let's let the chips fall where they may when you look at this defensive secondary. But as always, Bama fans, you want the best in news, notes, information, coverage on your favorite program, that being the Crimson Tide. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. Now, you download the app in your iPhone App Store, your rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you got the Android phone for your audio needs. Check us out, iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. Got you covered right there. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll try to be back here on Wednesday, continuing the conversation. There's Tide football. Remember, Bama fans, you can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Have those sent to your door. That link found in the description. If you're trying to get your hands on the fresh edition, print edition of TDA the magazine, here's what you do. You go for Touchdown Alabama bama.com. You click join, become a member and or a subscriber today. That link found in the description as well. We got more Super Chats, John, to round out the show on a Monday. Holy cow! We got the president weighing in here with that $4.99. Dropping the love there. Then we got Calvin Evans, who comes in with the $4.99 in the Super Chats. And then, oh gosh, we got one more. Oh gosh, throwing it down, John. Oh, baby! Break out the happy dance. Anthony Lang with the $50 donation. Whoa, mama, dropping the love in there. Thanks to all of you making this your show, your spot, talking all things Bama football. Gotta love you, the fans. Gotta love my man John Ivory in the production studio handling that business. Till next time, folks, husbands, love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, continue doing the right thing, fun thing, smart thing, good thing, legitimate thing too. Not be bored and getting that schoolwork in here this week. Get you those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself. You protect the loved ones around you. Till next time, folks, I'm your man Stephen Smith, and you've been listening to In My Own Words.